Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the spark plugs on this 2010 Toyota Tundra. Remove this engine cover for access, lift it up on the front, and then slide the hooks off the back. So these are the hooks right here that attach to this little peg in the back. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor connector. Squeeze the little tab on it and pull it off. Use a trim tool remover, and a pick can also be helpful to save these little tabs from getting damaged. To disconnect this wiring harness here. Disconnect these two hoses. Don't drop this clip so you don't have to go searching for it. Unclip the airbox lid. Loosen this clamp, 8mm size. Remove the air intake box and hose together. You could also take out the air filter as a precaution so that you don't drop a bunch of gunk on top of it while you're working. At this point, the ignition coils are exposed. To get to the rear one, it helps to disconnect this harness going to the ECM and getting it out of the way. So you've got a little tab here that you just lift up and then slide this off of the little mount, and then you can lift it up, and if you want you can zip tie it out of the way, or you can just lift it and work around it like this. You can also pop the harness off right here with a trim removal tool. Just lift up on this plastic clip or whatever you want to call it, and now you have a little more wiggle room to get these connectors off. To get the coil connectors off, you need to squeeze this tab right here and then pull it up. Sometimes they're stuck on there pretty good, and in that case you can get a small flat blade screwdriver under the lower edge here and gently lift up on it. On the Tundras, these connectors don't break very often. On some other models, I've seen them snap just from age and the plastic gets dry and brittle. So don't be lifting up on it too much. So lift it up just a little bit. And once it disengages from the little claw, you can pull the connector off. Use a 10mm socket. Having a swivel helps so you can get in there nicely. And then once you take the bolt off, you can just get the coil out of there. I'm not gonna bother showing each one. They're all done exactly the same way, and you have enough access right now to remove any one that you need. Now get in there with your 5/8 spark plug socket and loosen the plug and spin it out of there. And there's your plug. What you'll notice sometimes is the threads on a plug will be completely covered in oil, and a lot of people think that it's the seal right here inside the valve cover that leaks. Now, is there a possibility of that? Yes. However, I'll tell you my personal opinion and my experience, and you take what you want out of it. But if you look at the setup of this seal, you see that the spark plug tube sticks out quite a bit past it. So for the oil to leak down into the tube from here, well, first of all, it has to kind of almost defy gravity and go up and then spill over. It's much more likely to just leak down around the edges of this tube and then accumulate down here. What I notice is when you have oil in those on the spark plug threads, you'll find that there is usually no oil sitting down here, which is kind of weird, right? It's a different story if this is all drenched in oil and it's spilling over the edge then in that case, yeah, it's one of these seals. But what I believe is happening is these tubes, they get driven into the cylinder head during assembly. And what I believe happens is it just leaks past the interference fit. So inside the cylinder head, there are pockets that are machined for these tubes to fit in there. And I think that the oil seeps past that pocket and then gets down to where the spark plug is sitting. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my experience, usually there's no oil here, but there is oil inside of the tube. Now, to replace these tubes, it's really, not that difficult to pull them out. Yeah, you need the valve cover off, and then you can grab them with some vice grips and wiggle them back and forth. But installing them is a different story. They're very thin wall. And when you try to pound them back, it's really easy to damage the tube and crush it. And then you're going to cause more problems than it's worth. So I guess what do you do when there's oil down there? Well, I haven't really seen it hurt anything. So you can just clean it off, get a rag on a long screwdriver, jam it in there, wipe it real well, and just put the new spark plug in there. And don't worry about it too much. Now, if that thing is so full of oil that the oil is, sitting up here and getting this boot all swollen up, then in that case, you may have an issue. But again, take a look and see, is there any actual oil sitting up here at the lip or not? And don't just you run over to the store and get these seals and replace them, because it may not be the problem that's causing it. Let's talk about these ignition coils a bit too. So I hear and see a lot of people replace coils as a preventative measure. I personally don't believe in that. On this particular model, it's very rare for a coil to go out. They do sometimes, but it's not very common, unlike some other, like the 2GR engines from 07 to 09 have a lot of coil issues. These ones last for a long time. I've got a truck with 250,000 miles on it and still on original coils, no problem. I personally only replace a coil when it fails, and it's really easy on this engine, so I don't see a need to just go ahead and dump a bunch of money on new coils when they're working just fine. When it comes to replacement plugs, I personally only use Denso. I think NGK is also good. The factory specifies SK20HR11, and I'll put a link in the video description for those. You can also use IKH20s on the stock engine, or IKH22s, which is a colder plug on a supercharged one. On my race truck, I've gone as cold as IKH27, but that was running 20 pounds of boost and nitrous, so don't use those on the stock vehicle. They're not going to work properly. There are other plugs you can use, but take a look at a cross-reference list and see what you like. I would personally go with SK20HR11s on a stock motor, IKH20s if you want possibly slightly more performance, but they do wear out a little bit faster, I find. Get your nice new plug back in there. These ones, the Iridium ones, are all pre-gap from factory, so you don't need to adjust the gap on them. Just install them the way they are, and make sure you don't drop the plug on its electrode so that the gap doesn't get closed or collapsed, and thread it back in. And then torque them to 15 foot-pounds. And note on anti-seize. So some people love sticking anti-seize on the spark plug threads. I personally find it unnecessary on this engine, but you do you. Now we can reinstall the coil and the bolt. Tighten to 80 inch-pounds. Reconnect the connector until it clicks. Replace the rest of the plugs the same way, and then reinstall this harness and this harness right here. Now do the same with the other 4 coils and plugs on the driver's side. These ones are easy to get access to. You don't really have to remove anything out of the way. Just use your swivel socket and adapters, and in and out. It was done. It will be done pretty quickly. Reinstall the air filter. Make sure that the gasket is not misplaced and sits in the right spot. Install the pipe onto the throttle body. I'll line up the lid with the bottom of the airbox. The torque spec, they do give you one for this clamp. It's 35 inch-pounds. I don't have anything that goes that low, but honestly, just tighten it by hand and it's going to be good. Reclip all 4 clips, lift it up like this, and then snap it in place. Do it with the rest of them. Reattach the 2 hoses and get the clamp back in place, and then slide this little one on. And then reconnect the mass airflow sensor and its clip. And for the cover, hook up the rear hooks and then line up these grommets with the 2 studs. And there you go. The job is completed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more Toyota Tundra maintenance and repair videos. See you next time. Cheers.